Are you investing in cryptocurrency? It seems like everybody is these days. If so, you need to know how to include these digital assets in your estate plan, so stay tuned to learn how to secure your crypto investments for the future. Hi, I'm estate planning attorney Mike Smith with Smith Barid LLC, and I'm one half of the estate planning guys. Today, we're going to dive into the crucial topic of incorporating cryptocurrency into your estate plan. And the first thing we want to do is define what cryptocurrency is. I'm going to assume if you're watching this video, you probably have some general idea. So I'll give a basic definition of it. But if you want more information about that, if you're not quite sure about cryptocurrency, there are much better sources for that information that you can find. But cryptocurrency is a type of digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security. It is basically a secure store of value, and there's a lot of different types of cryptocurrency out there. I just slipped up. One of them is Bitcoin. That's sort of the biggest one that's been around for the longest period of time. And then there are things like Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, etc. So there are a lot of different cryptocurrencies out there. Now, unlike traditional currencies, cryptocurrencies are decentralized. That means that there's no government that controls cryptocurrencies, and they typically operate on blockchain technology, which is a secure technology that was designed to allow for secure transactions. So the decentralized nature of cryptocurrency means that they aren't controlled by any government or financial institution, which can be a great thing, but it can also, complicate estate planning. So if it's not properly addressed, you could just wind up losing whatever cryptocurrency you have when you pass away. Your family could lose that asset. So it's important to include cryptocurrency in your estate plan for several reasons. The first one I just went over, which is without the right type of planning in place, nobody may be able to get access to the cryptocurrency. Another big one is without proper planning, your heirs might not even be aware of your crypto holdings because you're not getting any statements in the mail or email or anything like that. So these assets could be lost forever if you don't properly set up the planning around them. Moreover, accessing cryptocurrency requires specific information. So cryptocurrency uses something called a private key and a password. And without that information, your beneficiaries won't be able to access your digital assets. And so they could just be lost forever without that key, which is the way that you access the cryptocurrencies. So let's talk about steps you can take to incorporate cryptocurrency into your estate plan. Well, the first thing is you need to have an inventory of your crypto assets. So you should start by making a comprehensive list of all your cryptocurrency assets. And you might just record this in a spreadsheet or somewhere, but if you're going to keep that in an account, like let's say you use Google Sheets to do that, and you're storing that in your Google account, if your executor doesn't have access to your Google account, they won't know anything about your crypto assets. So you may want to just print that out and store an inventory of your crypto and other digital assets with your estate plan so that your executor will be able to find that information without needing to get into any of your accounts. You're going to want to include details such as the type of cryptocurrency that you own, the amount, and then where they're stored. So there are different ways that you can store cryptocurrency. You can have a digital wallet. You can have it stored in an exchange, like you may have heard of FTX, which the founder of FTX ended up going to federal prison, and there's been all kinds of hijinks. There's a bankruptcy that's ensued, but that is one of the crypto exchanges that is now closed down, but that could be a way to store cryptocurrency, or it could be stored offline in what's called cold storage. So you need to let your executor, your beneficiaries know how you have that stored and how to access it. So next, you want to ensure that your private keys and passwords and any other necessary information to access your cryptocurrency are stored securely. So you might use a hardware wallet for added security and then maybe keep a backup in a safe place. So you can now buy very small solid state drives that can store terabytes of data in a very, very small package. And you can just attach those to your computer and download that information into it and then maybe store that in your safe or your safe deposit box. You might also want to use a password manager like 1Password, for example, to store this information. 1Password has the ability for you to store secure notes. So you could put the information that's needed to access the account could be put into a secure note in 1Password, and then you share that 1Password, hence the name 1Password, with your executor, and they'll be able to access all of those accounts if something happens to you. Make sure you trust your executor, though.
So if you're interested in learning more about how we help families protect their legacies from probate, predators, and government intrusions, I wrote a free book titled The Ultimate Gift that lays it all out. If you'd like to pick up your free copy of The Ultimate Gift, simply click the link below, give us your address and a credit card for shipping and handling fees, and we'll ship it out to you free of charge. Read The Ultimate Gift so you can learn how to protect your family.
The other thing you want to do is you want to designate a digital executor. So you can appoint an executor over your physical assets, your financial assets, and then you can have a digital executor. It can be the same person or a different person, and that person will be responsible for managing your digital assets, including your cryptocurrencies after you pass away. You want to make sure that your digital executor is knowledgeable in general about cryptocurrencies and that they understand specifically how to access and manage your assets. So where are they stored? Where are your cryptocurrencies stored? Are they, on an exchange? Are they, in a digital wallet of some sort? And then the other, I didn't mention this earlier, but you can also store cryptocurrencies with a brokerage account like a Robinhood, for example, or you could have cryptocurrencies they're now ETFs available that include cryptocurrency. So a lot of different ways. There are some legal considerations. You want to update your will or trust to include specific provisions for your cryptocurrency. If you want somebody in particular to have the cryptocurrency, you would need to specify that in your will or trust. If you just want that to be passed as part of the overall estate, so maybe you say, hey, I'm going to leave everything to my brother and sister to split 50-50, then you wouldn't need to specifically address the cryptocurrencies in the plan. You would just say, hey, executor, take everything and split it up between those two. But maybe you say, well, gosh, my brother has a big interest in cryptocurrencies and my sister she could care less. So I'm going to leave the cryptocurrencies to my brother. That's the kind of specific thing that you would need to include in your will or trust documents. So that would cover, the management and distribution of the assets. Now, the other thing you might consider is setting up a digital asset trust that can provide more detailed instructions for managing and distributing your crypto assets after you're gone. If you don't want to just kind of distribute them out right away, a trust might be a great way to manage that. Now, there are several tools and resources to help you manage your cryptocurrency. For example, hardware wallets like Ledger or Trezor provide secure storage for your private keys. Password managers like previously mentioned 1Password or LastPass can securely store your access information and can provide emergency access to a trusted person if something happens to you. Now, you're going to want to consult with an estate planning attorney who has experience with digital assets to ensure that your documents are properly drafted and, get this, updated. You always want to make sure to update your plans every few years because things change in your life, things change about your assets, and you want to make sure that the plan is up to date. So you should be visiting with your estate planning attorney at least every 3 years to make sure that your documents and your plan are up to date. Now, there's some pitfalls you want to avoid. One common pitfall is not keeping an inventory of your crypto assets that's up to date. So you want to regularly review and update your list so you can ensure that nothing's overlooked and that is communicated effectively to your executor who's going to be taking care of things when you pass away, your digital executor or your trustee. Another mistake is not securing your private keys and access information properly. Now, if that information is lost or compromised, then your beneficiaries won't be able to access your assets. Without that private key, the crypto is gone. So you want to make sure that you manage the information about your private key carefully and that you leave that information with a trusted person. Last, failing to inform your digital executor about their role can obviously lead to some confusion and delays. So you want to make sure that you have a conversation with them, that they understand their responsibilities, and they have all the necessary information to do what you're asking them to do when you pass away. If you found this information helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We post a lot of estate planning tips. And if you're ready to take the next step in protecting your cryptocurrency investments, click the link below to schedule a consultation with us at Smith Barid. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in more estate planning tips, check out our next video right over here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.